Hello. Um, Today we are class 10th. We are doing a couple of formats. This is as per the syllabus of CBSE 2020, and it would be advisable if you can just write it down in your copies. So this is the syllabus for formats, and then later tomorrow in the next video I'll give you the format for your grammar and your for your grammar. We still have to wait for the literature part. Um, Waiting for the notification. So it says letter writing, both formal and informal, article writing, debate writing, speech writing, report writing, um, diary writing, paragraph writing, story writing, biographical sketch, which is character sketch, email writing, dialogue writing, I think I forgot one, advertisements. And I'm just taking formal letter. I'm starting from formal letter. Informal letter, these are the inclusions. This is new that has been added by CBSE. It says letter of complaint. So basically, you need to understand what kind of a letter you may be getting in formal letters. So letter of complaint, a complaint letter. If you are placing an order, if you are cancelling an order, or if you are asking for something, you're trying to retrieve some information, inquiry letter. So these are the different varieties of letters that you can be asked for in your board examinations, and so you can always go back to the video and check it. Let me just turn it around so that we can go to the formats. Alright, I've already written it. So what is a formal letter? Let's just take letter in general. In case if I have already done that in your class, so just take it as a revision, and then that's fine. And if there's any addition with the new format, just note it down. Would I be wrong if I say letter is a mode of communication between the sender and the receiver? No, no. So one there's one person who's writing the letter and the other and then sending it, and there's another person who's reading the letter. So a communication, written communication between the sender and the receiver. So there are two categories of letters. One is a formal letter, and then one is an informal letter. Formal letter is work related only. Formal letter is something where you are writing a letter for work purpose. You maybe, let's say for example, if I'm working in a school, so if I am asking for a leave from my employer, which is the principal, so I'm writing a leave application. Let's say for example, nowadays everybody is trying to buy things online, and so let's say for example, I bought a laptop, I bought a notebook, and once I on arrival, once I received the laptop, I was not happy with the make and model of the laptop. So I'm writing a letter of complaint saying that I'm not happy and I want to return it, or I want to cancel this order, and I'm sending the product back and I want the money to be refunded. Something like that can also come in formal letters. So basically formal letters is work related only. You do not share any personal information. You cannot say, hi, how are you? I'm getting married, my sister is getting married, my cat died, my dog died. You do not share any kind of that information. It is work related only. Informal letters are letters where letters which are sent to family, friends, relatives, cousins, and this is where you can share personal information only. You're not talking about work, but you're talking about personal relationships and issues, and sharing your experiences, sharing your discussions and everything. So today we start with formal letters. Again, it carries the word limit is 100 to 120. I would suggest in your board examination, please stick to 120 words. You can count it, nothing more and nothing less. Do not compromise on the quality of the content in formats. Stick to 120 just to stay on the safer side. And it carries 5 to 8 marks, 8 on the higher level. So remember that it should be somewhere between 7 to 8 marks. In case if you are getting questions, if you're getting a formal letter which carries 5 marks, 4 sometimes 4 marks also, do not get confused. Just stick to whatever was taught in the class. And everything is on the left hand side. So this is the format. So sender's address. Sender is the person who's sending this address, which is you. So it's here. And then the date. There was a little confusion about the date, and I guess this year in 2020 CBSE has changed the format of date again. Till now we were following MMDDYY. Now it is DDMMYY, which is the date, and then the month, and then the year. So it should be 14th April 2020. We are not putting any commas in between. Earlier we used to put comma is gone. There is no comma. If you put a comma, half a mark is gone. Remember that. Then you have the receiver's address, the person you are sending this letter to, here. This is how it goes. And after the receiver's address, before the receiver's address, you write his designation, as in the position that he is holding when you're writing. Let's say, for example, you're writing a letter of complaint. So if you're writing a letter to complain to the manager of Amazon, so you just write to the manager, Amazon company. That's how it goes. Okay. And then the subject, that means you need to tell me what are you talking about. And then salutation. In salutation, again, no comma. We used to put a comma, but there is no comma. Now, don't put a comma. Half a mark is gone if you put a comma. And then you start with dear sir or madam. No comma. Okay. And then the body. This is where the word limit starts, from the body. Again, remember, whenever you're writing anything, in fact, wherever you find usage of English as a language, try to use these parameters. Introduction is that you need to tell me what are you talking about. I may not be dreaming because we are not sharing any personal relationship. In most situations, when you're writing a formal letter, you're writing a letter to someone that you do, someone whom you do not know personally, and even if you know that personally, you are not sharing any personal information. So you need to give me an introduction about what is going on. Why did you end up writing a letter? And then main points. Body is the main points. So you need to split up the conversation into paragraphs. It would be great if you can split this letter into at least 2 to 3 paragraphs. In English as a language, when we are sitting for board examinations, there is something called cohesive writing. I'm going to make a table also in the next video where I'll show you how examiners will break up your marks. So cohesive writing is where you are following, where the examiner can see that there's a proper usage of grammar, and then where you are using the punctuations, and at the same time you are splitting the conversation into paragraphs. So if you are following cohesive writing, something called cohesive writing, this is one of the parameters to examine a paper. You're getting at least 1 to 1.5 marks extra for that. So keep that in mind. 2 to 3 paragraphs, split it, and conclusion is the end. In the end, what you do, you summarize the whole conversation. In the end, you say, I'm just repeating to whatever you said. Understand? And then you end it. Subscription, here you can write thanking you, or you can write yours faithfully. And then you write your name. You write your full name, your complete name. Because we are writing a formal letter, so you cannot say you cannot be referred by your first name only. Your signature is your complete name. So this is how it goes. and this is in 100 to 120 words.